You're watching the Battered Network.
We're still waiting, Solana. Episode 109. We said we wouldn't be back until LeBron made his decision, and we're still waiting. So we're back. We're still waiting, and reasons for optimism, maybe. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. I'm doing great. By the way, I think you need to fix your mic. But yeah, me personally, I'm doing great. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because LeBron continues to wait and wait and wait and wait some more, and everybody just wants to know where's this guy going? Like, why is he waiting so long? But we got a little nugget last night. For those of you that weren't up last night, we did get a little nugget. We don't know if it's true or not, but one of the Heat accounts, I believe it was the Heat Realm, posted that on YouTube they apparently posted the LeBron introduction press conference for July 27th.
The Miami Heat supposedly came out and gave comment about that. They said that they had to set it up because they have to be ready just in case he does pick Miami. It doesn't take, at least I don't think it takes that much to set up a YouTube live stream. I mean, unless it does because they're so high end. Maybe it's different, but I believe it to an extent. Like, you just got to be ready.
Yeah, I mean, and not only them, but also there's been journalists, local journalists like Barry Jackson has come out and said it. I think Ethan Skolnick has also come out and said it that this isn't something weird for the Heat to do. That a lot of teams, a lot of newspapers, a lot of journalists already have their LeBron article to Miami written. They're just waiting for it to happen so that they can press the post button. But yeah, I mean, look, the Heat are just getting prepared. I don't know if that's a little Easter egg for us, kind of letting us know that he is going to come here or not. But man, it got social media going nuts yesterday. I'll tell you that
For sure. Well, for those who believe in history repeating itself, I got 5 little nuggets to make everybody a little more excited as to maybe history is repeating itself. Maybe LeBron does pick Miami because 2010 and 2026, not that different. You ready? I'm about to say, Chris. You ready, Solana? I'm about to give you the 5.
I'm ready. I got my own too.
Perfect.
If you don't say something.
Perfect. Now, the most obvious one I'm going to start off with. Spain wins the World Cup in 2010. Where am I at here? In 2010, they win the World Cup. So, no, wrong one. In 2010, they win the World Cup. And then just 2 days later, Spain wins the World Cup again. First one in 2010, the latest one in 2026. That's the one everybody's talking about. Oh, that's what happened in 2010, 2026. Most obvious one. All right? So that's one.
You stole mine.
All right. Here comes the next one. If you were living under a rock, maybe you didn't realize, but Jay-Z had a 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt concert in Yankee Stadium. Big time news, big concert in Yankee Stadium. Now, this is only the second time that Jay-Z hosted a concert in Yankee Stadium. When was the first time?
2010.
You guessed it. 2010. When he had a concert with Eminem called The Home and Home, they did Comerica Park in Yankee Stadium. Boom. It's another one. Okay. You ready for this one? This is a little more boring. But 2010 and 2026 are called mirrored years. Why are they called mirrored years? Because they have the same exact dates on the same exact days from beginning to end. They started on the first, I think on a Friday. They end on the same day. Exactly the same calendar, 2010 and 2026. A little more boring, but it's a fact.
I was going to say they started on the same day, obviously. They always start on the same day. But
but sometimes with leap years and stuff, it throws things off.
No, I know, but they always start on the 1st and they always end on the 31st.
Yeah. yes.
For those,
they're called mirror years. All right, here's another one. LeBron's making his decision in the summer, 2010 and 2026. 2026, in the month of June, the number one movie in box offices was Toy Story 5. But yes, as you already saw, in 2010, the number one movie in the summer was Toy Story 3. Toy Story was running the summer in the cinema. And then last but not least, this one's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to go with it anyway. The song of the summer, according to Billboard, is Choosing Texas by Ella Langley. That's 2026. The last time that the summer had the number one song be a song named after a state was, you guessed it, 2010, California Girls. You heard it here for buckle up. The King's coming home.
Those are some wild kind of takes there.
Look, history's repeating itself.
I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. I still think the Heat are definitely the front runners in the LeBron sweepstakes. I knew the Spain one, didn't know the rest of them, so I'm glad that you let me and you let all the listeners know the similarities between 2010 and 2026. But man, I just
said you got them.
I
had an honorable mention actually.
Nah, you took mine. Mine was a Spain one.
Honorable mention was, but because it's a stretch, in 2010 was the birth of the iPad. And although the reason I didn't put it was because technically AI started before this year, but I feel like AI took over this year. Like AI is everybody's using it, from kids to grandparents, like everybody. And then in 2010, we had a boom in technology with the iPad, which is something that everybody has now also. But because, again, AI technically started before this year, I didn't include it. Whoops.
I mean, I do have one. In 2010, I was a really good-looking guy. In 2026, I'm still a really good-looking guy. So that might work too. You never know.
Mm-hmm. I met my wife in 2010. I wonder who I'm going to meet this year. Maybe my side piece.
I was going to say, better not.
She's not listening. All right. But yeah, so that was just a little fun. Similarities, 2010, 2026. Now, one thing that I did notice that's different from 2010 to 2026 is that LeBron took 7 days to make his decision in 2010.
It's been more than 7 days now.
2014, he took 10 days. 2018, I believe he did it the first day of free agency. He chose the Lakers. He did it immediately. He didn't, because of the whole decision and the whole going to Cleveland, I think he just wanted to rip the Band-Aid off. And when I think it was the first day he chose the Lakers. At this point, he's almost at 3 weeks.
No similarities there.
No similarities there. Now, this is my thing. And you tell me what you think. Rich Paul and a bunch of people online are like, oh, he's a grown man. You shouldn't tell him to rush. He can make a decision. That's all true. And I understand that. But 3 weeks later, what could he possibly not know that he didn't know a week or two ago? Like, what has changed? Like, I get it. You don't want to rush a decision. But, like, could you really think that there's any chance that at this moment, right now, today, Tuesday, or Wednesday, July 22nd, there's a chance that whatever he's thinking right now is going to change by tomorrow or the day after or the week after? Like, I feel like, yes, he can take his time, but this just seems kind of odd. Like, I don't see how he could possibly be changing his mind any further. Like, he already has all the information. I can't imagine that he hasn't made the decision already.
Well, apparently from what I read last night, Danny, he had already made his decision. His decision was made, and something must have happened because he decided to go back to the drawing board. That's apparently what Rich Paul said. But look, I know that there's a lot going into this decision for LeBron, because he does have one of his kids playing basketball for the University of Arizona. He also has a daughter who's in school, and he has been a big part of their lives since he's been in LA, and he's been much closer to them. So I know that there's a lot of back and forth with his wife, talking about where they would live. And
we don't know, we assume.
Well, I guess I assume that's right. I don't know them personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look, there's a lot that's going into this decision, and I don't fault him for taking this time, but I do also understand that he's one of the most prominent players in the league, and until he makes a decision, a lot of the rest of the decisions aren't going to start happening. And so, like Silver said, Adam Silver, the commissioner, I mean, they need to make the schedule. I get it. It'd be funny if he just waited until the mid-August to do it. Like, hey, just release a schedule without me, then I'll make a decision. But Yeah, man, it's taken day by day, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna need to wait.
Is there any chance that he sees that the national media is all pointing to Miami and he's like, forget it? Like, do you think that that in any way can negatively affect Miami?
No, I don't think so, man. I don't. I think LeBron knows to cut through all the media, and he's been around the league for so long. He understands how the media works around the league, and I don't think that that'll have any say in his decision. Um, I mean, they so far on his odyssey here in the summer, he's according to the media, he's already been going to Golden State, then he was going to Cleveland, then Philly, now Miami. So they just kept switching every week to see what the best flavor is. And yeah, I don't think that that would affect it.
I hope not. Um, and do we continue to believe that this is the best fit for him? Because I still do. Have you changed your mind at all?
I have not, man. I have not. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? LeBron coming to Miami doesn't need to carry the franchise for an entire season. He's not going to be asked to be 2010, 2011, 2012 LeBron when he was here and he had to take over. He's going to be asked to be the smartest player on the floor. He's going to be asked to control the tempo. He's going to be asked to organize the offense, pick his spots, and kind of be the adult in the room in playoff moments. So I think this is definitely a great fit. Then you talk about, Giannis and Bam next to each other. I mean, the basketball IQ between those two alone on the floor. Then you add Bam Adebayo, and it just skyrockets. I mean, they're basically going after a team, building a team with LeBron that's not just about star power. It's really a team that can think that the game, a little bit faster than everybody else. So, look, there's been a lot of talk about shooters that they don't have shooters, but look, you have Pelle Larson, you have Wiggins who makes open threes, you have Tim Hardaway Jr., you have Davion Mitchell, you have Bam that can spread the floor now. So I don't buy the they don't have shooters. I think what they need more is some more playmakers. And if they get LeBron, I think that's what you'll see them do. They'll go out and get some more playmakers and possibly not that many other shooters.
The Philly thing, before free agency started, before they got Jaylen Brown, do you think that was at all a possibility for LeBron? Or do you think that just became a thing when Jaylen Brown went over there?
I think it became a thing when Jaylen Brown went over there. But one thing that works against LeBron in that, or against Philly, is the fact that if you remember, Jaylen Brown did make some unwanted comments about Bronny James.
I remember that.
And we don't know how that situation, that relationship between Jaylen Brown and LeBron is today. We don't know if it's soured, if it's not, if that's going to make a difference in the decision that he's going to make or not. But I just don't see LeBron going to Philly. I mean, he wants to be the guy who has the ball in his hands, who can distribute. And you already have three of those guys in Philly, in Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown. So, and on top of it, you have Joel Embiid, who also needs the ball in his hands. So I just don't see how LeBron would be a good fit in Philly. Yes, it would probably make them the favorite in the East, but I just don't see I don't see him going anywhere other than Cleveland or Miami, purely for the basketball and for the story aspect. Cleveland clearly for the story aspect. I mean, I don't think I've seen a lot of rumors about how LeBron and James Harden would function well together. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I think they'll end up trading Harden in the middle of the season because they just won't be able to
coexist
together. Exactly.
There's four options, right? Miami, Cleveland, Philly, and Golden State, which people are saying that it's just an East Coast thing now, but I still think Golden State's on the table. Of those four, I think three of them make him look like he wants either a challenge, stay close to home, or go back home to either Cleveland or Miami, right? I think they all work out for him PR-wise. Philadelphia is the only one that I think people will look at him, and even though there's nothing wrong with it at this point in his career, but when they call it ring chasing, that's the only one that people I think would say ring chasing, right? You go to the Warriors, you and Steph, the storylines, the fact that you guys are both a little older, everybody's interested. I don't think anybody kills him for that, especially staying in California. I think going Cleveland, Miami, obviously going back home or going back to Miami, that's great. going to Philadelphia, the only reason you would be going is because Jaylen Brown got traded there a couple weeks ago. All of a sudden, they became a really good team, and you just want to get that ring. And I think that's the reason that I don't see it happening, because I think that this doesn't look as good PR wise for him as it always has. And shout out to Mr. Troves. When LeBron was captain in All-Star games, he always picked Giannis first. I don't remember those. I hate All-Star games, man. Is it just me? I hate All-Star games.
I don't like them either.
Right.
I really don't like All-Star games. I
I
used
used to like when I was younger.
Yeah. And I liked All-Star Weekend, and
Yeah.
even for hockey. And
Saturday, I think I enjoy it more than Sunday.
you think so?
Like the 3-point shootout, the dunk contest, even though it's not that great anymore. All that stuff, I prefer that.
Yeah. I used to prefer that as well. But the All-Star game, when they would take it somewhat serious, was a little bit more fun. But it's just become an absolute exhibition over the last 10, 15 years, and it's just not fun anymore. It's just you expect a 150 to 140 game, and that's not basketball, man. I wouldn't pay to go see the All-Star game because it's not competitive, and it's just not what I like.
2001 was my favorite All-Star game. I don't know if you remember. That's when the East made a crazy comeback. Iverson took over. Stephon Marbury hit a big three. I remember that one very clearly because I remember I really enjoyed that one. And 2003 was a good one. It was Jordan's last one. He hit a shot to take the lead. I think Jermaine O'Neal made like a foul, which ended up sending him to overtime. Kind of killed the game-winning shot. After that, I just don't remember enjoying him anymore. Anyway. All right. LeBron, day number 19, 20 at this point, I guess. I would say we're not going to be back until he makes a decision, but at this point, I don't even know.
Dude, we're gonna be back. Let's be honest. We'll figure out what's something to talk about. And honestly, if you guys in the chat want to want us to talk about anything in particular, on an upcoming episode, definitely leave it in the comments and let us know, and we'll look into it and we'll try to do it, because at this point we're in the dog days of summer, and until LeBron makes his decision, there probably won't be any more dominoes that fall, and until then, we're pretty much on the LeBron talk, and we'd like to talk about something else other than LeBron. So definitely let us know if there's any topics that you want us to cover.
Yeah, this reminded me of the whole Messi thing with Inter Miami. What's up, guys? How do you feel about the leaked LeBron press conference? We talked about that to start the show. Go rewind back. We're about to close this out, Florida man. We appreciate you joining us. Just check it out. We started off with that. That's it, man. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And we'll be back hopefully after a LeBron decision. If not, we'll be talking more LeBron. So until the next one.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully in a couple of hours.
Man, I'll be at work, but I'll hop in my car, man. I'll hop in my car.
I'm bumming it right now.
Emergency podcast.
Yeah. All right. Until the next one, have a good one.